Romans
Romans
chapter 9,
chapter 9,
33 to
33 to
chapter 10,
chapter 10,
9.
9.
As it is written,
As it is written,
Behold,
behold,
I am lying in Zion,
I am lying in
a stone of stumbling
a stone of stumbling
and a rock of offense.
and a rock of offense.
And whoever believes in him
And whoever believes in him
will not be put to shame.
will not be put to shame.
Romans
Romans
chapter 10.
chapter 10.
Brothers,
Brothers,
my heart's desire
my heart's desire
and prayer to God
and prayer to God
for them
for them
is that
is that
they may be saved.
they may saved.
For I bear them
For I bear them
witness
witness
that they have a zeal
that they have judged
for God,
for God,
but not according to knowledge.
but not according to knowledge.
For being
For being
ignorant of the righteousness of God
ignorant of the righteousness of God
and seeking to establish their own,
and seeking to establish their own,
they did not submit
they did not submit
to God's righteousness.
to God's righteousness.
For Christ
For Christ
is the end of the law.
is the end of the law.
For righteousness
For righteousness
to everyone
to everyone
who believes.
who believes.
For Moses writes
For Moses writes
about the righteousness
about the righteousness
that is based on the law,
that is based on the law.
that the person
That the person
who does the commandments
who does the commandments
shall live by them.
shall live by them.
But the righteousness
But the righteousness
based on faith
based on faith
says,
says,
do not say
do not say
in your heart,
in your heart
who will ascend into heaven.
who will ascend into heaven.
That is, to bring Christ down.
To bring Christ down.
Or
Or
who will descend into the
who will descend into the
abyss.
abyss.
That is,
That is
to bring Christ up
to bring Christ up
from the dead.
from the dead.
But what does it say?
But what does it say?
From what does it say?
From what does it say?
The word is near you,
The word is near you,
in your mouth
in your mouth
and in your heart.
and in your heart.
That is
the
the word of faith
word of faith
that we proclaim.
that we proclaim.
Because
Because
if you confess with your mouth
if you confess with your mouth
that Jesus is Lord
that Jesus is Lord
and believe in your heart
and believe in your heart
that God raised him
that God raised him
from the dead,
from the dead,
you will be saved.
you will be saved.
Romans
Romans
chapter 10,
chapter 10,
10 to
10 to
chapter 10,
chapter 10,
19.
19.
For with the heart
For with the heart
one believes
one believes
and is justified,
and is justified,
and with the mouth
and with the mouth
one confesses
one confesses
and is saved.
and is saved.
For the scripture says,
For the scripture says,
everyone
everyone
who believes in him
who believes in me
will not be
will not be
put to shame.
put to shame.
For there is
For there is
no distinction between
no distinction between
Jew and Greek.
you and Greek.
For the same Lord
For the same Lord
is Lord of all,
is Lord of all,
bestowing
bestowing
his riches
his riches
on all
on all
who call on him.
who call on him.
For everyone
For everyone
who calls on the name
who calls on the name
of the Lord
of the Lord
will be saved.
will be saved.
How then will
How then will
they call on him,
they call him
in whom
in whom
they have not believed.
they have not believed?
And how are they
And how are they
to believe in him
to believe in him?
of whom
Of whom
they have never heard?
they have never heard.
And how are they
And how are they
to hear
to hear
without someone preaching?
without someone preaching?
And how are they
And how are they
to preach
to preach
unless
unless
they are sent?
they are sent?
As it is written,
As it is written,
how beautiful are
how beautiful are
the feet of those
the feet of those
who preach the good news.
who preach the good news.
But they have not
But they have not
all obeyed the gospel.
all obeyed the gospel.
For Isaiah says,
For Isaiah says,
Lord,
Lord,
who has believed
who have believed
what he has
what he has
heard from us?
heard from us.
So faith comes from
So faith comes from
hearing,
hearing,
and hearing through
and hearing through
the word of Christ.
the word of Christ.
But I ask,
But I ask,
have they not heard?
have they not heard?
Indeed they have.
Indeed they have.
For
For
their voice has gone
their
out
voice has gone out
to all the earth,
to all the earth,
and their words
and their words
to the ends of the world.
to the ends of the world.
But I ask,
But I ask,
did Israel
did Israel
not understand?
not understand?
First Moses says,
First Moses says,
I will make you jealous
I will make you jealous
of those
of those
who are not a nation,
who are not a nation.
with a foolish nation
With a foolish nation,
I will make you angry.
I will make you angry.
Then Isaiah is
Then Isaiah is
so bold
so bold
as to say,
as to say,
I have been found
I have been found
by those
by those
who did not seek me.
who did not seek me.
I have shown myself
I have shown myself
to those
to those
who did not ask for me.
who did not ask for me.
But of Israel,
But of Israel,
he says,
he says,
all day long
all day long
I have held out
I have held
my hands
my hands
to a disobedient
to a disobedient
and contrary people.
and contrary people.